So earlier, a guy came in with a percussion revolving pistol. It looks like something that was probably built during the Civil War as an Army contract, maybe. But I'm just shooting from the hip there. I have no idea. So I've called in Alex because he'll actually know what he's talking about.
These are cool.
I know absolutely nothing about this. It's Civil War-ish.
It's a pretty good guess. Yeah,
Okay.
It is Civil War-ish. It's a Savage and North figure 8 revolver. This is the model 1856, so it's pre-Civil War. Savage and North were based in Middletown, Connecticut. They did make revolvers for the Union Army and the Navy, and this was an attempt to create a rapid-fire revolver.
It just looks like a terrible design to me.
Well, it was radical for its time. It has a ring trigger here. When you pull the ring trigger back, it cocks it, and then the upper trigger will actually fire it. So you get a much faster rate of fire as you do that. And especially if you were on horseback, you wanted to be able to use one hand to fire it, not two, because the other had to hold onto the horse.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. There were so many variations of this type. This is actually the very first model, second variation.
So what is the difference in the variation?
So the very first model, they only made 10 of, and those are rare as hen's teeth.
Wow.
The second variation, this one, which was really just used for testing, they made less than 250. So the serial numbers for these are always on the grip frame. So to find that, I've got to take off the grip. Is that all right?
Yeah, if you got the right tools.
Sure. If it doesn't have it, it's going to impact the price and not in a good way. Okay, so right here, you can see there's a serial number and it looks like it's 29. So that's a good thing. That means it's the 29th first model, second variation they ever made. So overall, it's a really nice, rare gun. It's definitely desirable. How much are you asking for it?
I was thinking around 10,000.
Frankly, that's a little on the high end.
Okay.
It's certainly a valuable pistol. The one thing that I think, if you're really considering purchasing this, that we should do is to try to fire it. And the reason I say that is the collector's market for this is very strong just for what it is. However, if it can function and function properly, I think the range is not far off from what you were asking, depending on how it performs.
Want to go to the shooting range? Just down the street?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you want to put it back together?
I will put it back together.
I've never shot the gun. I'm glad that we're gonna go shoot it and see what it's worth.
So these pistols can be really finicky. If it fails, it will still be of value. It just won't be as high a value.
Well, let's hope it shoots.
Yeah. So full cock, and here we go. Nice. That's one. Three. That's indexing okay. 4. 5.
One more.
5 out of 6?
It worked really well.
The 6th guy would have probably killed you.
Yeah. I wasn't too far away either, so.
All right, so it works.
Yeah, I would say it performed really well. You have a really fine example of an extremely rare pistol, an early serial number. So the top of the market for these, I know you wanted 10 grand, but 7,500 is really, I think, the limit. And I think this gets there.
All right, well, thanks, man.
All right.
All
Very
right.
nice to meet you.
meeting you.
Okay. So, what do you want?
How about 7?
No, how about 4?
4. 5.
4. It's a really cool gun. Eventually, I will get that number, but it will take a while. There's a very limited number of customers out there looking for this.
Yeah.
If it was a Colt, I'd pay you more. It'd sell quicker.
Sure.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you $4,100.
4,100 today?
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 All right. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
4,100.
All right. Let's do it. All right. All right.
All right. So here, you take this.
Okay.
You take it back to the pawn shop.
Okay.
I will gather up the mess, and I'll be down there in a half hour.
Perfect.
Okay?
Thank you. All right. It's not the 10,000 I was asking for, but you know what? I'm gonna take this $4,100 and go get me a new truck.